Hello, everybody. Mark Gilliard here for AIM Country Music Television, and our guest is Allora Leonard. This 18-year-old Texan was raised on a ranch, loves the outdoors, horseback riding, competing in rodeos, and even early morning hunting with her dad. She's not just wearing a cowboy hat, she's a real deal cowgirl. She loves classic country music, Texas swing, and the blues. She has a deep sound for her voice, a confident soulfulness, and she's molded all of this into a sound that is very much her sound. She's recorded at Dark Horse Studio in Nashville, collaborated with Grammy-winning producer Casey Wasner and Showdog Universal Music recording artist Gigi Hodges. She played more than 150 shows in 2021, and she's maintaining that pace through 2022. We're pleased to have her here to talk about her latest release, San Antone. Let's get her in here right now to talk about what might just be your new favorite song. Welcome, Allora. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. Well, thanks for joining us today. I think it'd be good if you just take a few minutes right off the bat to introduce yourself to those of us that don't know you well yet.
Of course. Well, my name is Allora Leonard. I am an 18-year-old singer-songwriter that's from Texas. And I'm just really happy to be on here and talk about my music video.
Yeah, no doubt. We're here to talk about your song, San Antone.
Yes.
And I guess, you're 18. I guess this is sort of based on getting out of high school and heading for college. Is that where the song is starting off at?
Yes, you got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Nice. And you had a co-writer, Lance Carpenter, on this one. Is that right?
Yes. No, Lance is a great friend of mine. He's based out of Nashville. He was one of the first people I met when I went out there. And he and I have been dear, dear friends since then, and we have been blessed to write some songs together, San Antone being one of them.
Well, that's fantastic. I've seen a lot of his work, so he's run a ton of great songs. I wondered how you guys came to work together. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I know. He's a great guy, great fella.
So what was the inspiration for the song, just other than, the graduation?
Sure. Well, Lance and I, we started writing the song probably, I think it was around spring of my junior year of high school. And at the time I was starting to tour colleges and, trying to come up with a plan of what the next step would be for me. And, he and I, we like to stay in touch. And so he and I were just chatting one day, and we were talking about, just all the changes coming about in my life. And we thought, what, we need to sit down and write a song about it. So that's how San Antone came about. We sat down a couple of times and got the song done. And we were super happy with how it turned out. I grew up in a small town outside of San Antonio, and so San Antonio has always been close to my heart. So we thought we would call it San Antone.
Well, that's fantastic. It really did come out good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm ready to play it. How about you?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, let's do it. You're watching Allora Leonard's video for San Antone on AIM Country Music Television.
Last night I was thinking, watching that sun sinking, distant church bells ringing. Lord, I'll miss this place. Waking up before the break of dawn, feed the horses, throw a saddle on, hearing mama yelling, don't belong. I held freedom in those reins. There's gonna come a day when I pack my stuff into my dad's old truck, and I watch them
What a great song. With all the horseback riding, stables, etc., you were able to get your interest front and center on this one, weren't you?
I was. I've grown up on horses all my life, and my family, we're ranchers, and that's just how I grew up. And horses is how I got introduced to music. I grew up doing lots of rodeo, and the staff would hear me sing to my horses, and they got me to get up there and sing the national anthem. So really, it's the horses that kind of brought music really truly into my life and made me realize that it could potentially be a career for me.
Yeah, been a pretty straight path, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So would you take a minute and tell us about the team that put the video together, your videographer, your locations, actors, all that stuff?
Of course. We had called up a good friend of mine, and she's a person that I play with a lot, Randy Balin. She's out of Texas as well. And she had a great videographer named Gabriel Muniz, and he was the one that shot the video. And we had so much fun together. This was the first video that we had shot, and we just got it all done one day. And we did it back in February, I believe it was, and it was cold. It was super, super cold. And so I'm just having a grin and bear it the whole time during the video. So if my face looks a little flushed, you'll know why. But and then of course my horse Hank was in the video, and that was really cool to have him in there. And then a neighbor of mine, Colby, he got to be a part of the video as my love interest, I guess you could say.
Well, that's fantastic. That's those of us from up north don't think about Texas ever being cold.
No. I mean, Texas, as always, it's super hot in the summer, but it can be really freezing in the winter. It's definitely a little different than what you guys experience up north.
Let's wrap this up with you telling us where we can find you, your music, and where I can see a live show.
Of course. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, on my website, TikTok, and you can find all that by looking up Allora Leonard Music. And you can just see what my schedule looks like if you look on my website, AlloraLeonardMusic.com. That is ALLORA, AlloraLeonardMusic.com.
Perfect. We will put that on here for everybody.
Perfect.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Allora. It's been really nice getting to know you a little bit better today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Allora Leonard. So, What do you think? Is San Antone going to be your new favorite song?
I think so.
I think so too. This has been Mark Gilliott for AIM Country Music Television. Thank you for watching.